How to win with the black pieces without spending tons of hours on the opening theory. Well, Hikaru has chosen the Caro-Kann 1e4c6 to do that. And in this video, I will present the key ideas and the 3 key positions in front of you to play and win with the black pieces. In this video, I will present a repertoire used by Hikaru Nakamura online in blitz and rapid game. So he plays the Caro-Kann, and here of course white has many options. So the first variation I will showcase with games is the advanced variation e5. Hikaru likes to develop the bishop and then only play e6. So here white has 2 main moves. So the first idea is knight f3. On that Hikaru play e6, bishop e2 is played most commonly, knight d7, white castle, h6, so that the bishop can retreat on h7, knight bd2, knight e7, and here white can play knight b3 or c3. And now the move that Hikaru plays with great success is g5, and that the key position you should remember, and I show games from this position. Now that was the first variation. Second variation, after bishop f5, white can play h4. So here the best move played by Hikaru is h5, and now bishop g3 is the main line, take on d3, and then e6. So here the best move is bishop g5, queen b6, and white is willing to sack the pawn on b2. But that's too dangerous, and Hikaru plays the best move here, queen a6. And here, if white were to exchange, you have a better position for black, and if white play c4, you can develop your play, and I'll show a game on that. So the key position to remember is queen a6 facing queen g3 in the second variation. Now, the last variation I like to comment, of course, in here, white can develop knight c3 or knight d2, and that's the main line. So I say knight d2, here Hikaru goes for a sideline. He takes, and here the main line would be, I don't know, knight d7, but he likes knight f6, and white should take, and here you have double pawns, and he takes most often with a g pawn. So let's see, knight f3 is logical, bishop f5, bishop e2, e6, castle, and here he likes knight d7. So now he hasn't decided where that bishop here goes. Could go on this diagonal sometimes, or could go on g7, that the queen could go to c7, and you have a lot of options. Keep in mind here that also you have another idea, rook g8, and you can attack here against the king. So that's a very dynamic position, and that's the one you should remember. Now, of course, there's some other sideline. I show games like one game with a Panov system, and of course, there's another system that white can play, which is the exchange variation bishop g3. But these are not the main lines, and there's several ways to equalize with black. But the key was to show the main 3 lines I've shown. So now on to the games. This is game 1. The attack with g7, g5. Sack against the king because you have a strong attack. And black won. Second game, here white play h4, and h5 is the way to go. White doesn't want to play an endgame. So the two knights develop quickly here, and you're gonna put pressure on d4 in the game. And here d4 will fall. And here you have a double attack, and white missed the checkmate. Game over. And now game 3, we're looking at the main line, knight c3. This is a position to remember, knight d7, knight f5, and the g line is open. So here the bishop is threatening the rook has to move. And here the fianchetto of the bishop here, and you could play f5 and attack d4. That happens quite often in Hikaru's games. They're repeated moves, but now you can see that Hikaru is putting pressure here, and he wants to attack the d4 pawn again, and eventually play c5 as well. And later on, Hikaru won because they exchanged pieces. This h7 pawn will fall, and the d4 pawn was won. And it was a technical conversion by Hikaru. I hope you enjoy this series, and don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.